Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. This is another Flash game, so sorry if you have gotten a little bit bored of it. I don't think you have, though, honestly. Like, watching the greatest player ever try to reinvent the meta in his own image, it's literally like the only thing I want to do right now with my life is watch these games and see what he comes up with. Anyways, here he is playing against True. True is an old StarCraft 2 pro gamer. Of course, he was a StarCraft 1 player before that, but he did very well in StarCraft 2. People remember True, all caps. He generally goes by BTS now. Bang Tae-soo is his Korean name, so I think that's why he does that. But yeah, he's been doing very well. He's been playing a lot of tournaments. He hasn't made ASL yet. But right now, the last time I checked, he was actually above Flash on the ladder. I want to say he was third on the ladder. So doing very, very well. He generally plays a somewhat aggressive style. But, you know, like any top Zerg, he does have some range there. So they're actually on Fighting Spirit, the worst map that's still being played, probably. No, I don't know. Troy is still being played, so I gotta say this map is fucking beautiful and amazing and balanced compared to Troy. But it's still a terrible map. So what does that say about Troy? Okay, forward barracks here at his ramp, kind of interesting, weird position. And we have here from True just the hatchery first play. You know, so far from Flash, we've seen a ton of his TVZs, mostly against Jaedong. But he's been focusing. It feels like he really wants Mech to be the thing, which is weird because Mech without Flash around has been very, very spotty. Light had some success with Mech, but it actually went away kind of quickly. Like, we had that 2-port Valkyrie into Mech build for a little bit, but it hasn't been a super successful style lately. People have gotten so good at getting queens out. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Flash is going to be going for that here or not. But it does seem like that's his idea, to be able to actually kill Zerg, which I've talked about being kind of what the pros see as a problem, is you just cannot finish Zerg off right now, and it always goes late game, which late game Zerg is really, really scary. For those of you confused about it, and this is, like, Terran is actually a timing attack race. It's like, people look at it like, wow, like, you know, late game 3-3 mech is just so cost efficient. It's just the best late game race. It's absolutely not a late game race. Like, if you actually look at the win rates as games get really late, Terran does very poorly. It can get very cost efficient, but in the real world of good players, you actually have little windows that you're trying to hit very strong attacks during. Whereas late game, it's like, you know, Protoss has recall and carriers, and then Zerg has defilers, which just like make them unkillable. So you're looking to get into the weak timings for the opposing races. So yeah, it's really a timing attack based race. And this is not something that I made up. This is something that pros have said, and I absolutely do agree with. Okay, so Marines walk in. The thing is, that's even against my style. I always thought it was a late game race when I was a noob. That's how I learned to play. Anyways, the Marines coming in, and they just put a little bit of pressure on. This is very normal for Flash. This is actually what he was... Sorry, I'm zipping around a lot. This is what Flash was actually doing TVZ the last time he was active. I actually still use this build. It's like... you go, the second barracks is late, the gas and the what do you call it? The academy are late with this. But you basically make Marines non-stop, and you keep your scout SCV alive, and you just kind of you try to pressure, and sometimes you can force Sunkens. Here, True has made a bunch of speedlings, which is very true. And this is a great formation from Flash, like a ridiculous. And now you realize this, oh shit, there's actually more than I thought. And only one gets in, so that was an excellent, excellent hold. Wow. I actually was a little bit nervous for him, but he got the bunker up exactly at the right time. This is a very, very, very late academy, and True sees that. Of course, he already has his Spire on the way. You can see his drone count is a little bit lower, right? He doesn't have a lot of drones over here, unfortunately. Still running around with that that Ling, it's not going to do anything. I'd be really surprised if he loses an SCV to that. But yeah, the 2 barracks just producing. Well-placed bunker. He is moving out again. So this is like one of the main things. See, this is very brave. A bad Zerg may have made more Lings, but probably not even a bad Zerg. He gets in, and he's trying to walk past the Sunken. So he kind of walks past and targets down some of these drones. Wow. He actually gets quite a few. So he's forced the Sunken. He's killing drones. Does he have his eBay? Yep, there's his eBay. Did his eBay not make? And look, he's just trying to get any damage that he can right now. Look at that drone count. It's terrible. So this has, like I mentioned, this is kind of how Flash was playing when he was active on the ladder last time, because I rewatched all of the replays of him doing this many times, incorporated my own play. It actually helped me to beat Stryker in the New York land last year. So it definitely, I've used it a lot, and I know quite a bit about this. But like, it's a very slow academy, slow stim, slow comm stats and all that. So you really have to get a lot of information with your pushes. But you can see this drone differential, 14 against 31 there for a moment. So it's like, okay, you can just spam missile turrets out, like really build a lot of them, because your economy is so much better than Zerg's. And if they want to just continually build mutas and try to attack, they're never going to have a good economy. So basically they have to slow down on the mutas, and that's going to allow you to do your tech. Really well done here from Flash. Definitely looking strong. Really good turret placement as well. My God. I've never seen this layout. This are all very normal. I've never seen this trio of turrets on this. But I don't watch much of this map anymore. I try to avoid anything Fighting Spirit related. But when it's Flash, I'll even cast Troy. Okay. The Muta's kind of roaming about. He's got a decent amount of Marines and Medics. He doesn't have range quite yet. Just now finishing in about 7 minutes. So again, pretty late on that. +1 is going. He's got good zoning turrets. I've noticed in some of Flash's TVZs playing Bio, he's been utilizing a lot of zoning turrets like this. Another barracks going to be started. This is probably going to be SK Terran. There's really, after an opening like that, there's super no reason to like switch in a mech or anything like that. Even though we've seen Flash trying some moves like that. Like if you have a bit of an edge, a bit of an advantage, it's really good to stay on the Bio. But if you can't get that type of advantage, then that's where the Bio's like, yeah, we can't we can't do anything. It's got to go to late game defiler. So Flash right now, just kind of staying in the center. He does have that range upgrade. So pressuring a true by staying out here. And yeah, the third base being taken over in the other natural. Lurkers going to be on the way. Getting that upgrade right now. Hive started as well. I mean, not Hive, but Queen's Nest. Full group of mutas at this point. +1 attack still on the way. These mutas definitely can kill those Marines. And he goes for it. Yeah, this is actually very good timing on this. The factory was done when the Queen's Nest started. So when that occurs, a 2 siege tank timing push is very, very strong. Now, in my opinion, the way that this position should be played is you should try to save like 3 scans. You can use a little bit for scouting, but like for instance, you can pretty much ignore checking that base. But it's good to check like, has the Hive started? Because if the Hive hasn't started, then you don't need to be scared. Like what they're doing is making a lot of extra units. But yeah, if you save some scans, or this works as well. If you actually can stay in the middle with your Marines and Medics, you know where the Lurkers are not, okay? So then you can just bring the Siege Tanks down, because your 2 Siege Tanks are done well before your vessel. So it's just like, you want to get down there as quickly as possible, but if there's hold position Lurkers and you don't know, you could just lose the game from that. Single SCV over here harassing. In the meantime, the Bio trying to make its way over to that bottom right. Looks like he's just going to get the base. Looks like True is just giving it up. Yeah. Tough after that opening, for sure. So True coming up with some Lurkers. I don't think this is going to do anything. Yeah, with the siege tank there. Look at this. Flash clears that out. Should be careful coming back. You never know if they've tried to set up a couple lurkers for, you know, just like a hold position trap as you come back across the map. All right, scans there. Oh, I'm going to lose that comsat. Okay, uses it right before it goes away. You see this little dance. He's trying to lure the tank back so he can attack with the mutas without getting hit by the anti-air. And then if the Marines come up to battle the mutas, hopefully the lurkers hit. Yeah, now he just flanks everything and kills it. Okay, that's... True's super dead, right? Oh, this is not a bad idea. Okay, so he's going Greater Spire and Defilers, so he doesn't really have the gas to do that, but he's going to have two options here to try to deal with this incoming push. So I think what this turns into is like he needs to slaughter the army. He needs to really eliminate Flash's army. And look, hey, Flash attacks into the lurkers accidentally. 6 kills on each, very nice. That Bioforce, definitely a lot smaller now. Mutas come back in. Greater Spire is about to finish. Is he going to make some Guardians? Thing is, you really need like 5 or 6 Guardians to... Well, this is not that many, so maybe you don't need quite that many. He does have Consume on the way. I think he's just going to skip the Guardians. I think it's too slow at this point. Ooh, good. Irradiate goes down. But yeah, everything's starting to get broken. Flash just really hitting this timing push super, super well. All right, the mutas trying to micro here, but everything is being picked off really, really quickly. The mutas are super low on health at this point. Just enough Marines coming in that he can kind of break everything. Yeah, the Defiler not really having enough time to deal any damage there. GG. Well played there from Flash. You know, that type of Marine pressure definitely can catch Zerg off guard, so I think that was supremely well done by Flash. The most important part, for sure, was his move back to block the Speedlings with this really well-placed bunker. Right, he made the row of 4 Marines, as you might recall, and had the bunker loaded up. Very cool move. I actually, it's cool to see the mech plays, but for me personally, in the way that I like to play, I want to see more games like that. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed. GG's. Thanks for watching.